Hey everybody, it is Jaime Elizalde and Paloma Robles, and we are back here at Santa Rita Ranch in Liberty Hill. And as you know, every month we choose a different neighborhood or a different city to feature in Austin or in Central Texas. And today it's one of my favorites, Santa Rita Ranch. And as you know, in this series, we like to talk about what's happening in the community, why it's so popular, what's happening as far as the housing market, and of course, where to eat. So before we start with the houses, let's talk about why Santa Rita Ranch is so popular and why you see it pop up so much when you're looking at homes in North Austin and in Liberty Hill.
So one of the great things that people love about Santa Rita Ranch is it's a master planned community. And this didn't just happen overnight. This was years in the making. Santa Rita Ranch is also known for its sense of community. The kids play outside, the neighbors know each other. You get a real sense of community living here.
Yeah, and I want to say that word master plan community is thrown around a lot, but I want to tell you that this is truly a master plan community because they thought of everything. They thought of schools, they thought of shopping, they thought of the amenities, and I think that's one of the biggest things that everybody thinks about Santa Rita Ranch, and you're going to see in the video, is amenities. This is a place you want to live. This is a place you want to raise your family. And so let's get into Santa Rita Ranch here in Liberty Hill.
Let's go.
So people ask me all the time, what about the location? It's Liberty Hill. And I tell people, honestly, when I Google mapped it, it was only 31 miles away from Austin. So it's really not that far if you need to go into Austin.
Yeah, that's a great point, Jaime. Being here in Santa Rita Ranch, you are so close to so many restaurants. And if you do want to go on a date night in Austin, you can go every now and then, and it's not too far.
Yeah, that's right. Ready? We're now here at Ranch Camp at Santa Rita Ranch. And this is the prime location for the elementary school, the daycare, the pavilion where we've come for different events and parties, and the main pool. And again, this is so perfectly planned out. You've got parks, you've got pools, you've got walking trails, all inside a beautiful landscaped neighborhood.
The other great thing about Santa Rita Ranch is there is so many builders to choose from. There are some resale homes available as well, but the one thing that I really love about all the builders to choose from is you have options. We're talking about different builders, different floor plans, and different price points. So if you're a first-time home buyer, no worries, we have options. If you're looking to move up, there's plenty of options available as well.
Can you mention the
neighborhood, inside the neighborhood of Santa Rita Ranch, there's different sections with their own names. Each one has a little bit different feel, maybe a little bit different type of build, a different park, a different pool. So I think, again, the way it was created for all different types of people and buyers and families, not just necessarily the family that needs the daycare and that needs the pool, but maybe the family that likes to exercise and they have the dogs to walk. So I think, again, Santa Rita Ranch really was thought out in a way that they knew they were going to attract a little bit of everything and away from the city.
Definitely. They weren't just thinking of one person in mind. This is a community for everyone. Now let's talk about the market, because there's still a lot of confusion that exists out there. Buyers in particular, you're at a great advantage. We are in a buyer's market. You have more inventory to choose from, which means you have more buying power as well. So even in resale, we have more conversations happening where there's some seller concessions that can come your way. Also, new builds are offering so many incentives to buyers that when you come to get a house, maybe they're going to cover some of your closing costs. You're going to get some of your appliances covered as well, given to you. So this is really a great time for buyers to think about purchasing now.
Yeah, and I think it's very true what we say. Santa Rita Ranch is no different from the majority of the market. One thing I do notice here is when we look at the neighborhoods surrounding Santa Rita Ranch, and there's a lot of big communities around Santa Rita that were built out here in Liberty Hill. Santa Rita Ranch does sell a little bit faster days on the market wise and inventory wise, just because, again, the amenities drive so many people in here. The word master plan community drives so many buyers here. The amount of inventory, right, from builders. But one thing I am noticing, builders are also slowing down with massive inventory. They're building fewer homes and they're waiting for those to go under contract before they start the next one. The incentives for the most part have stayed the same. And I know they tell us, why do we talk so much about the new homes? Well, again, 70% of homes that are being sold are brand new homes. And that's just because they incentivize you with the paying all your closing costs, giving you a lower interest rate, throwing in every appliance included. So that's kind of the cool thing. And as you see, when we go to look at new homes, we'll talk about all the upgrades and the features and why people are choosing you. Yeah. But also the resale homes, we're starting to see that just this whole week, we've gotten several resale homes under contract that we have listed. Why is that? Why do you think people are being driven to resell?
Because of the price point on some of these resale homes, especially in the city of Austin per se. In Austin, we do have some new builds available, but you're going to have a higher price point. However, with resale, you can start at a lower price point in the 200s in Austin and still negotiate the offer. That's something unheard of that we haven't seen in quite a while. Purchasing a home for $200,000, but you can on a resale home.
Yeah. So coming back to Santa Rita Ranch, and again, the draw of people buying either new or used, again, you have the variety of new builders, different price points, first-time home buyers, somebody moving up. You've got resales, because this just started in 2014. That's when they started building out here. So it's established, but they're still fairly new. So in 2014, the price point of a home here in Santa Rita Ranch compared to what it is. So you actually can find a resale. Maybe you like an established area that's just kind of being filled in, a home with a different design. So resale homes are still attractive here in Santa Rita Ranch. But again, we're going to look at a bunch of new homes and show you why so many people are attracted to this new area here in Liberty Hill and everything that's going on around here.
And one thing I do want to bring to your attention as well is you can get a new built home that is ready to move in right now, or you can get a to-be-built home. So that's something I think we should talk a little bit more about as well, because you do have options. If you're looking to move in right now, you can actually even get better incentives. Whereas if you need a little bit more time, you need to sell your home, that's okay. We can get you in a to-be-built, which can be ready in about 6 months or less.
Yeah. So again, good variety out here, depending on what your needs are, what your wants are, and again, this is exactly why I do these videos, so we can talk to people, give them an experience of neighborhood or a different city that they maybe didn't think about. Because I know that, again, we go back to location, and people are like, Liberty Hill, isn't that the country? Isn't that where I'm going to go buy a ranch? Well, guess what? It was at one time, and there are out here. But this is actually just now a suburb of Austin.
Yeah, and if you look around us, or if you can hear a little bit in the background, there's kids playing. Yeah. And that's a great feeling to have, again, in the community. You want to have a real sense of connection, you're going to get that here.
That's right. So let's take a look at what Santa Rita Ranch has to offer. All right, so we're at one of their beautiful amenities, right? One of the little cool sit-down areas. So the question comes up, what is the perfect buyer or the perfect person for Santa Rita Ranch?
Well, there's all different types that it can go for. I'm going to touch on first-time home buyers. This is a great area for a first-time home buyer. But why? What makes it good? Because you can come in at a great price point and as a first-time home buyer, you already have some concerns, you're a little bit nervous. Guess what? If you get a new build in Santa Rita Ranch, you have warranties that come with your home to give you that peace of mind that you need, knowing, yes, I'm coming into this, but guess what? A lot of the things are still going to be under warranty.
Yep.
So that's one of the great things that I really like for a first-time home buyer. Plus, you're still within arm's reach of everything being in this community. And your home that you buy for the first time, if you do decide to build a family, you can still stay in this home for a little while longer, and then eventually you can move up.
Yeah, I think it's perfect for first-time home buyers. Again, you've got that, I can, buy it, forget it, and, don't have to worry about it because you've got the warranty. Also, you've got builders with a really good price point that makes it first-time home buyers. But I'm going to take the opposite approach. I'm going to look at this as, this is definitely a move-up community for me. I think a lot of move-up clients who bought their first home a little bit simpler, now are earning more money, have a larger family, and want something a little bit nicer. And you've got some builders in here that are going to accommodate that are going to have the 2,500, 3,000 square foot, larger lots, more luxurious
Yeah, that's
feel.
what I was going to say, give that luxury feel.
Yeah, and so that's kind of where I see people. So that's the kind of mix of it, is that you've got a good move-in side, and you've got a first-time home buyer side, and then you've got the move-up side. So I think, there's definitely room for everybody out here in Santa Rita Ranch, and so that's what I see.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So that's just one video, or the first video of our 4-part series of here at Santa Rita Ranch, talking a little bit about why Santa Rita Ranch could be for you, could be for your family, talking about the parks, the pools, the amenities, the homes. Now, let's get into the good stuff. Let's go take a look at some of these gorgeous homes that we can show you.
Can't wait.